is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning, Uganda. Welcome back from that short break and into another conversation. It's the Friday edition, keeping it light but inspiring Uganda. My name is Julie F. Nantaba. And this morning, we are looking at the Luo Legacy Dinner. And if you are a Luo, this is the best time for you to engage in on the conversation. But if you're Ugandan at that, and you love everything about Uganda, especially the diversity that comes with being Ugandan, this is still your conversation. 0709 602 592. Now, I do have Rhoda Ejang with me. She is the programs manager of the Luo Legacy Dinner, but I also have the president of the Luo Foundation, and that is Dennis Obita. A very good morning to you, Dennis.
Thank you.
It's good to have you.
Good morning too. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us here.
Right, Rona, good morning.
Good morning to you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure having you this morning.
Such a pleasure.
All right, let's start. How do we greet in Luo? And you're teaching me. The both of you are greeting us in Luo for the second time. I'll start with you, Dennis.
Since it's a morning, it's Icho.
Icho.
Yeah, Icho Mabe or Icho Nining.
Yeah. And I say bear.
Acho Mabe.
Acho Mabe.
Yeah.
Acho Mabe. So it's Icho Nini. Right, Rona? Icho Nini?
Well, just to give it a bit of a twang, because that's actually.
This is actually, oh yes.
And then I'll speak in Langi.
Uh-huh.
Bear.
Achoa bear.
Ibura bear.
Ibura bear.
Yes, a poyo.
Nice, nice. So that means what I'm learning is that actually Langi Luo equals
Absolutely.
Luo.
Yes, equals Luo.
And more.
And more.
Actually, Langi and more equals Luo.
What is the more?
The more is the Japadola, for instance, the Alus, for instance, the
Kumam.
the Kumam, the Chope, the Jonam. Yeah, so it's a whole host.
All of that is Luo.
Yes, and others in other countries as well.
Yeah, Kenya, right?
Yes, Kenya, Ethiopia, which most people didn't actually know. Yes.
Interestingly. Take us to school on that. Take us to school on that. How do we have Ethiopian Luos?
Yes, so Luo is a big it's a big ethnic community that transcends over 6 countries in Africa, just like I would say the Bantu. Yeah, so we have Luo in South Sudan, we have Luo in Ethiopia, Luo in the Congo, Luo in Tanzania, Luo in Kenya, and Luo in Uganda.
Same tribes? They're all different tribes?
No,
different
but
tribes. The dialect, the tonations are very similar. Yeah.
Oh, that means you can understand each other. If a Luo came from Kenya, no, not Kenya, Kenya is too near. If a Luo came from
Ethiopia, for instance,
yes.
You'll get bits and pieces of it. I wouldn't say that you understand it completely. And sometimes the farther away from each other, the less that you understand.
Oh,
because
I think it's
language
like
is influenced by nature.
Yes, it sort of brings to memory South African. I think it's the Xhosas, or there's a South African group of Bantu that speak. Yes, you might not fully understand, but they are things.
as a Bantu.
Yes,
I think closest to the Bantu would be the Zambians.
Yes.
That I found that speak a very similar dialect. But also, just to add to what Dennis said, when you look at the Luo, for example, historically, the migration started from Ethiopia, actually. So when you look at certain, especially when you look at the Luos from Ethiopia, you find that there is a very close distinction with, for example, the Luos even in Uganda and South Sudan, in the appearance, in the culture, and the mannerisms. So there is still a close relation. Yes.
No wonder as Africans we are really such a huge family.
That's right.
And we ought to be united. One would wonder what are these things that keep on disuniting us. Very wrong patterns and rhythms. Now let's get to the Luo Legacy Dinner. And Dennis, you being the president, let's indeed ask you the preamble, or what exactly the Luo Legacy Dinner is. What's the story behind this?
Thank you. So the Luo Legacy Dinner is in simple terms just creating a space where we come together and celebrate us as a Luo, but not just the Luo. And I love that you mentioned Uganda at large as that, because it's Luo, friends of Luo, and anybody that frankly is excited about culture. You're welcome to this space, but it's going to be a space for us to connect, to learn from each other, to get to know each other. But at the center of that is culture and what culture plays, because culture is our identity, is what defines us. And so even just connecting with our culture, that is what the space is. Yeah.
And let me just pause this to Rona. Dennis talks about culture. Go deeper. How does this event, what's the plan for this event to elaborate and bridge preserving culture, the Luo culture within Uganda, and to make sure that the westernized culture that we are living every day does not entirely dilute it?
Oh, wow, that's actually a very good question. Because number one, some of the things that we're looking at cultural preservation. We're looking at how best we can preserve this culture. So if we look at the major thing that's going to be happening on this day, we'll be launching the digital museum that will be putting together different elements or aspects of our culture into an online library where we shall preserve this culture, and at the same time borders will no longer be boundaries that limit people to their cultures. It brings the diaspora, the youth, and people that are now losing touch with culture closer to their facts, to their identity, and helps to preserve this for generations to come. Yes.
Very profound. Now, I usually have viewers from Gulu, Lira, Tororo, many who are always very active Monday to Monday, and this is the time that should interest you to be part of this conversation. Be indeed engaged. 0709 60259 to send a WhatsApp message. Ask that question for the Luo Fam. Looking forward to the Luo Legacy Dinner. Dennis, why choose to host the dinner now?
Why I choose to host the dinner now? Because every time that you put culture at the center is a beautiful, perfect time. But to bring it home is we are alive to the fact that the struggles and pressures of urbanization detach us from connection. You know, you're doing 8 to 5 every day, and before you know it, it's been a month and 3 months and a year, and 2 years and 5 years. And that's how you start to slowly detach yourself, because you get into a rhythm. And so until when, you know, there had to be an intention to say, hey guys, let's pause and just come together and see what we are, and check in with each other, but also check in with culture and say, what can we do to keep culture, like Rona said, in our faces, in our spaces, so that we don't lose them. And so that was the reason. That is the reason why we thought this is the time for it right now. But even on top of that, the amazing thing that we have in stock is what Rona mentioned, the digital museum. Now, traditionally, like in Uganda's case, the National Museum is our go-to spot, right? And someone that is in Gulu, somebody that's in Entebbe, or somebody that's in the diaspora, it's going to take them a lot more to come and learn a thing or two about our culture from that space. The reality that exists now is that a lot of our world is on this device, you know, and especially the young children and the young people have access to this device. And they are consuming whatever is in there.
Right.
So why can't we be intentional that we have a space where they can interact, learn, access culture in the space that is very comfortable for them. So that's why this dinner is important. That's why the digital museum that Rona mentioned is very paramount. Comes in handy right now. Yeah. And that's going to be the key highlight for the dinner that we're having. That will progressively start to build a digital version of what a museum should look like. And I think the best news coming from that is we are not going to restrict this to only Luo. Eventually we want to be able to cover our history of Uganda and the communities in Uganda as a whole. Yeah.
And you know, when you talked about the National Museum, and I'm reminded of the fact that it can only offer so much when it comes to particular cultures, because it has to cover the whole of over what, how many tribes?
Yeah.
64 plus.
Yeah.
And not all of them will fit in their detail at the museum. So I think for us, as this, help detail and help us understand the why. Why did our ancestors do it this way? Why did our forefathers do life a particular way? Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe just to add something small, sorry, to what Dennis said.
Yes, please.
One of the issues that we currently face is a lot of our culture is being preserved or passed down as folklore from elders or the older generation. And when you look at them today, you find that there are people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. So really, why is the dinner being had now and not any other time? The best time to start would have been yesterday. But the next best time is now. So the reason why we chose to have this on the 8th, as we have shared with you, is because we need to catch this, because each and every elder that passes with a bit of a history. And also there is a challenge of the fact that we're majorly hearing about this from somebody. It's also prone to misinterpretation based on somebody's understanding or personal sentiment to a certain subject. So one of the reasons why we have chosen to have this now is to help us to preserve this in a manner that, first of all, easily disseminates information to different people. As Dennis mentioned earlier, most of our life today, and for future generations to come, is technology-based. Everything is on the devices. It's on our phones, it's on computers. So what better way to disseminate information and bridge the gap between the younger generation? A lot of people my age and younger today do not speak the language. They do not understand their culture. Some of them don't even know things as basic as what their names mean. So this platform, or this dinner, what we're going to be having, is going to be a good opportunity for us to get this information from these elders, from different institutions, from universities, have well-researched, data-driven information, and put it on a cloud that is going to be preserved for generations to come.
All right. Yes. Now, for purposes of context as well therein, the Archbishop Emeritus of the Church of Uganda, His Grace Henry Lokorombi, had to say this regarding the upcoming dinner. So let's watch his message.
Bishop Henry Lokorombi, Archbishop Minamba Beru Church of Uganda, Kawana wichi kudi goli, pacho tie goli, kada kwa bine Kampala ento watie pacho pacho, pacho. ayenyo ni aluo mubin ninda bora kudit keng dwi mubino no ninda bora kudit keng wabedi Sheraton wametunewa kwa nene wan wadhano miluo de wadhano duong jori mupero bino bil shampa luo kuon lema tong utie chama pigi tek utie wen wa pigi tek utie juma mwa mira sholi tie loka no juno ngeyu wer kumiel mayawe pe akwayo nya ini bin kel dano ginen nya wan wad luo watie luo dok watie ko culture kura makililimu kedu tincheke kada shelo kari shidi England shidi America shidi China kai nwangu akusha watie luo dok kwa mitwa mitego ni jutel wich mawalondo gi jumagitie parliament jumagitie district jumagitie kinpasho wamitwa migi tego shuinea mongo londo gi gitel withano do ini bin ko inende kuwengi kudi kora nyangati mukudu wakiri kubego shweje mbe binen kuwengi kare nwang bero mini numa esha mungu mimo gisairi mungu yiki bin kudi nende ya sende no duong gimishino wangasha lo sende majung olu yidi no afoyo kai bino abiro buku di kusha anabeka keja shalo jakoma dit with memo gesa iwu. Amen. The Church of Uganda welcoming you to listen to my message regarding the Luo dinner. The Luo dinner. The Luo dinner is going to take place in Sheraton on the 8th of August. It is a Saturday, and I want you to know that by 5 o'clock on Saturday, the 8th, Saturday the 8th, we shall be in Sheraton. Please come, because that is a very unique thing that I think we are doing it for the first time in Uganda. It had been out there. We are celebrating the fact that as a Luo, we have a story for Uganda. We have a story for East Africa, because some of us are in Kenya, others are in Tanzania. So we have a story and we have a legacy. We are a people of a distinctive culture, and we don't want to lose that culture. It's so important for us to know that when we come together in our culture, we can come bonded together. We are in Nebi, in the Choli sub-region, in Lango, in Tororo, in Kisumu. We want to walk and work together. We want to promote our leadership, support our leadership, walk with our people, be there for them. And you can believe this, as Luo, many of the great leaders of our time have come from our own Luo legacy. So I want you to know that we want to celebrate our Luo-ness. There is nothing to apologize for our Luo-ness. There is nothing to be shy about us being Luo people. And I want you to come and celebrate with us. The food that the Luo people prepare will be in abundance. The music that we are very proud of. By the way, we people, we center our music in its all its variety in Acholi. There, I come from Nebi. We are the Alur people. But I don't want to be prejudiced. The Acholis have got variety, beauty, artistic celebrations in their music. We want to give you that, because we want to be a taste for you. I also want you to know that our togetherness is going to bond us together. We want to be together, we want to work together, and coming to celebrate that day is going to leave a sense of togetherness, identity, because our individual identity must be protected. And then also feel proud. If you're a Luo person, feel proud of being a Luo, because some of us feel shy, some of us apologize, some of us hide. You don't need to. You are a person given authority by God to be who you are. If God put you in Nebi, he knew why he did. He put in Choli sub-region, he knew why he put you there. If he put you in Lango, he knows why. If you are in Tororo or you are in Kisumu, he knows why he put you there. And for me, as a Luo leader of substance, I believe very strongly you have a contribution to make. Here in East Africa, in your individual countries, we have a contribution to make, and so may God bless you. I want to see you there. I want you to come and celebrate your Luo-ness. Bring your friends who are non-Luo. Let them come have a taste of who we are. Let them come and enjoy our time together. I bless you. I thank you. The Lord give you health. The Lord give you appetite. The Lord give you the ability to come and enjoy the Luoness. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, indeed. And I think I definitely look forward to attending this because, I mean, I have a lot of Luo friends. One of my best friends, Lucky Cha, I'm outboard. I'm going to definitely tell her that we should go for this one. That's a message from the Archbishop Emeritus, Henry Luke Orombi, regarding the day of the Luo dinner. That is the Luo Legacy dinner. Now, fun fact is that we have a lot of Luos who are inspirational humans and have legacies across the globe. Just to mention a bit of them, let's start with Uganda. I mean, looking at politics, Milton Obote, who's Langi, Tito Okello, who's Anacholi, and Obote, Uganda's first executive prime minister. Tito Okello Anacholi served briefly as president in 1985. Betty Oyela Bigombe Anacholi, internationally recognized for leading peace negotiations with the Lord's Resistance Army. Norbert Mao, one of our favorite speakers as Ugandans, the President General of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Democratic Party, and former Minister of Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Anacholi there. And then looking at law and human rights, we have Nicholas Opio Anacholi, and a very internationally acclaimed human rights lawyer. Entertainment, Sheila Atim Anacholi, award-winning actress, singer, playwright, and known for her film and television roles as well as theater. Amitola Gum Anacholi, winner of the first season of Africa's Next Top Model. If you go to sports, Judith Aya Anacholi, one of Uganda's pioneering female athletes, and David Oti Anacholi there, former Uganda Cranes football player and coach. At that, coming into the music space, Geoffrey Oriema Anacholi, internationally celebrated singer, songwriter, and whose music is blended with Acholi traditions on there. And moving on to the rest of the world, away from Uganda, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Kenya's first vice president, and Kenya's former vice president, and a leading figure in the independence movement. May he rest well, and that is Raila Odinga as well, one of Kenya's most prominent politicians. Looking at James Orengo, veteran lawyer and democracy activist, and Nyango Nyongo, academic and former cabinet minister. All of this now is in Kenya, but Luo. Peter Anyango Nyongo, and another way of the governor commonly referenced. And looking at international figures, you can't miss Barack Obama. His father was Kenyan. And looking at sports, Victor Wanyama, former captain of the Kenya national football team, McDonald Mariga, Dennis Oliech, Susan Owio, that is in the music space, Prince Inda, Emma Jalamo. All of these are prominent Luo figures that the world celebrates, not just Uganda, but the whole world. And their beginning, their ancestry, God placed them in Luo to begin the story of their life. You are watching UBC TV, and we're looking at the Luo legacy. There is a dinner which shall be on the 8th of August, the Luo Legacy Dinner. We'll be at Sheraton Kampala Hotel, and it's what we're delving deep into, having those questions. So my Luo friends, my Luo fam of Good Morning Uganda, you are always on the show. I'm always reading your names, reading your messages. This is the time for me to read your messages, the better, right? And in studio with me is Rona Ejang, who is the programs manager of the Luo Legacy Dinner, and the president of the Luo Foundation, that is Dennis Obita. And we're looking at the Luo Legacy Dinner. Now, dear guests, allow me get into a bit of the comments. Good morning, Uganda. I'm Eric from Gulu, and my question to them is, after how long do they organize for such gatherings? I think I'll pose this to you, President.
Thank you, Emma. This is the first one, but we're going to be having an annual gathering of such.
Right. Yeah. So take note of that. So that, but at least it's always lovely to be part of the pioneering event.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes. You know, this is a must not miss.
Yes.
Yeah.
A very interesting topic today morning. Indeed, that's our true identity. I'm Luo by origin, Jonam by tribe. Preserving our culture and heritage is what differentiates us from the rest of the tribes in Uganda. We have over 64 to 66 tribes in Uganda, but we have a unique culture, regardless of the tribes we belong to. Whether you are Anacholi, Ajapadola, Alur, Jonam, Luo of Kenya, we are all one. I'm very excited, grateful, watching you live from Marble City, Moroto, Karamoja region. This is Jalpara Felix Pamu Unique from Moroto Referral Hospital. Happy to be a Luo, Jonam tribe, Pakwach. Thank you, Felix. You're always on the show, and it's good that you're coming out on this one as well. And good morning, Julie, Rona, and Dennis. I'm Phillips from Karamoja. The Luo community is one of the largest tribes in Africa that clandestine along the River Nile. Don't get afraid, me being from Karamoja. I am the nephew and son from the Luo. My father is a Luo, and in Karamoja we have Luo communities who live harmoniously within the Karamojongs. The dinner is very important because it will bring all Luo together and recognition of their tribe. The cultural factor will be talked by elders like dressing code, food, language, etc. Our local foods are very important than these imitated fast, for example, frying junk foods. And the Luo cultural dressing code doesn't allow putting on clothes above the knees. And then my uncles are of being brave, and known of being brave and talking the truth. Lying is evil with Luo community. Don't forget the beautiful dances of the Luo community. And hi, good morning, Uganda. How much is going to be the entrance, and at what time is it starting? That is the Luo dinner. Over to you, Rona.
Okay, so the Luo dinner will be starting at 5 p.m. On the 8th of August, 2026. An individual ticket will be at 250,000 shillings. If you're coming in as a couple, that's yourself and your partner or a second person, it will be at 450,000 shillings, so you get to save some money. And if you'd like to reserve a table of 10 people, that will be at 2.5 million shillings. We shall avail all the payment details at the end of this, so it's easy for you to make payment. Thank you.
Very profound, and that is on the 8th of August, 2026. Phillips has just reminded me about the dances of Luo. At least I can dance La Rakaraka. I'm good at that one. I'm very good. I could sample you, except now that the table here is limiting us, but I could show you La Rakaraka. But as we've definitely delved into, but also start the tail end of this conversation, and I'd like to pick the both of your mindsets on this. When it comes to the issue of language, Dennis, you did talk about the fact that we are so distanced from who we really are because of work, and you notice that reminded me of the fact that now, if you look at families, Rona, you also cited the same problem that the younger generation don't speak their language. So if you look at even the now, if we are to say that we are to have children, they might not be able to speak our local dialects, mostly English, as interesting as it is. And to pick both of your 2 cents, starting with you, Rona, how do you think this gathering moving forward, even years to come, will help preserve the Luo language within families?
Well, first of all, the platform is going to have several facets to it. And one of them is one that a digital learning kind of platform that enables people to use AI to learn. So we must appreciate that the reason why a lot of children these days do not speak the local language is not out of, not necessarily out of negligence, but it's also because today parents are very busy. There's a lot of intermarriage and there's also migration. A lot of us grew up in Uganda now, for example. We go to schools where we speak English, and if you do learn another language, it might end up being Uganda. And then for those that grew up in the diaspora, it's a whole different ballgame. Parents, both mother and father, are too busy working, so there's nobody to actually teach the children the local language. So on this platform, they're going to be, as one of the programs that's offered, there is going to be an AI learning program that will enable the different Luo speakers, and as Dennis said, with time will expand to accommodate other cultures as well. So on this platform, for example, if as an Alur, a Langi or Lango actually, Japadola or Komam comes on and they need to learn, there's going to be something that teaches them in different phases that will allow the different Luos, wherever they are, to be in position to learn the language, or allow parents to expose their children to this early enough, which is going to be one of the ways in which we shall preserve the language.
All right. Yes. Dennis, what are your 2 cents on that very same issue I shared of the fact that our languages are getting lost, and this platform is here to make sure that Luo is preserved? How is it to be highlighted?
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, language, which is a core identity of culture, is an endangered species, for lack of a better word. We had the privilege of having a presentation from some language expert from UNESCO, I think in 2024, while at the Luo Convention in Canada. And she made a revelation that, you know, shocked me at that time, but I understood it later. And her presentation stated that every 12 minutes, an indigenous language is being lost.
Every 12?
Every 12 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, an indigenous language is being lost. And so it's almost critical that we do whatever we have to do to preserve our language in its original identity. So 12 minutes seemed like so almost desperate that something needed to be done. And I was like, how do you lose language in 12 minutes? But the more, just to bring it home, every day that you introduce a new word or a vocabulary to a child and replacing that for an indigenous, local or vernacular, you've killed that. So that's, I think, how the 12 minutes came in. And if we're going by that rate, I wonder where we shall be in the next decade or so. And so, like Rona said, we are very intentional to ensure that we try within our means, at least through the legacy, I mean the digital platform, to preserve our culture, and that includes language, and also promote access to. And so the tool that Rona was mentioning is we're going to have interactive sessions.
Right.
Just like children log in and play Roblox, they play all these games online. We will have it interactive in such a way, but that will enable them to start to learn from the basics to intermediate to advanced, you know, language, at least literacy and numeracy in that sense. So we will have interactive tools that not just children, but even adults that want to sharpen themselves or reconnect. Maybe they're in spaces where having this opportunity is not there. Say a family in Japan, for instance, that they can log in and either sit at a table, or each of them can at their own pace start to learn what is 1, what is 2, what is 3, you know, basic literacy and numeracy skills in our local languages. Yeah.
All right. Indeed. As we begin to close this, some of the comments coming through. Good morning, Uganda. Betty Bernice from Arua, Mingoni. I'm so proud to be associated with the Luos, and I can't wait to attend the dinner. Forever in love with the dance. The online museum is going to help our children a lot more easy to access and a lot of visual. And that means the aspect of inclusion is covered for, especially, all right, okay, it's covered for, especially in promoting learning beyond physical barriers. All right, thank you very much, Betty Bernes from Arua. And hello, I'm David Opule. I've liked the program. We, ITESO, should emulate the same from our Luo people, because this really gives confidence to community to relate to each other. Yes, indeed. And it's at this point I should ask for your parting shots. I'll start with you, Dennis.
Thank you, Julie, for this opportunity, and thank you everybody that's watching this morning. We're excited to be a part of this process. We are only playing our part, and we invite you to each individually and collectively come join the space. You can do this at home in your own way. You become intentional and make sure we keep our cultures alive. But in regards to the legacy dinner, we're excited to host you and have you be a part of this first experience. And together we will play what we have to do for posterity.
Right.
Yeah, so thank you for this space. Thank you, UBC.
All right. Rona, what are your final remarks?
Well, it's very important to understand that we found a legacy here. And we must not just take it for what it is, but we must expand it and take it to the next level. As part of that, please join us in doing this. Come and be a part of this expansion and preservation. Please join us on the 8th of August. We would love to have you with us.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And good morning, Uganda. I'm a proud Luo. However, how could they miss Akibua in the sports arena? We do apologize. Quite a number of them that, but thank you so much for pointing that out. And they say Rona looks so cute. And Njoza is okay. Indeed, also Buganda is celebrating the 33rd coronation of Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi. And Dixon, you do celebrate the same. Hello, I'm Jennifer Abeja. I'm an Iteso and I'm married with a Luo man. Just love your program. Good morning, UBC. I'm a proud Luo lady in Zombo district and Alur by tribe. How I wish this becomes an annual event. Indeed, it shall become, as confirmed by the President Dennis Obita, President Luo Foundation, and Rona Idan, who is the program's manager, the Luo Legacy Dinner. Thank you so much, Apoyo Matek, for coming through. Apoyo Matek for watching. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces the greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the old, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because you your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspire Uganda.
My question is, the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, we invest in taxes. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. To come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate and we can't ban it. What we have banned or what we have stopped is the use of container leaders. Now,
hi, I'm called Baka and welcome to Kiswahili Kimoja.